Well, fine, good afternoon, everyone. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. I'm in Georgia, Vermont today, in front of this fantastic church. Isn't this gorgeous? Anyway, this is the Georgia Plain Baptist Church. This is an historic church in Georgia, Vermont, built in 1877 for a congregation established in 1793. It is a well-preserved example of high Gothic Victorian architecture, and it was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2001. The congregation is affiliated with the American Baptist Churches of Vermont and New Hampshire. The Georgia Plain Baptist Church stands in the rural crossroads of Georgia Plains in southwestern Georgia on the west side of Stonebridge Road, near its junction with Plains Road. It is a single-story brick building built out of red brick laid in English bond with sand-colored brick trim. The main block has a steeply pitched gable roof and is fronted by a three-part facade. That is a very steep roof. I'll show you from the parking lot what the roof looks like. If you can't tell by looking at it, let me go ahead and pan in, at least over on this side. You see the nice steep pitch there, and the steeple. Yep, you see the cross right there, and the carry-on. I don't think you can see it in these in those windows right there, but I can see it standing here. Hopefully my photographs will come out. Hard to say. Anyway, the right element of the facade is the main tower, rising as a buttressed square to a louvered belfry at the base of the slate-clad steeple. I don't think that's slate anymore, but I could certainly be wrong, but it looks like metal to me. Anyway, the main entrance is in its base, set in a Gothic-arched opening with a small lancet window above. And we can see that right over here, right? There's the lancet window right there, and there's the main entrance. The left element of the facade is a lower gabled section with a less ornate secondary entrance, and that's right over here. Although that first step's a doozy right there. I don't see another step. I mean, it could be under the snow. It could certainly be under the snow. But I mean, if we got at least a foot of snow where I live, this is north of where I live, so likely more snow here. The central part of the facade houses a large stained glass Gothic-arched window. The interior retains many original features, including carved woodwork, a pressed metal ceiling, and original lighting fixtures. And we can see the stained glass in the center here, right there. Love the Gothic arch on these, right? That one, and certainly this one, that one. Sorry, put my cane in there to point, and it tries to focus on my cane. The lancet window here, and the secondary entrance there. The Gothic arches are just gorgeous, and there's another one way up here. The Georgia Baptists were organized in 1793 and were the town's second religious congregation after the Congregationalists. They had first met for many years in Georgia's town hall before building their first church at this site in 1848. You want to guess what happened to that church? I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count. That church burned down in 1876, and this church was completed the following year. The congregation is distinctive for ordaining the first female pastor of any denomination in the state of Vermont, Reverend Grace Brooks, in 1919. The congregation's longest-serving and most influential minister was the Reverend Alva Sabin, a Georgia native and United States representative who was pastor for 53 years. The church, by the way, stands on less than 1 acre of land. Alrighty, let's do a walk around. Well, at least a partial walk around. And take a look-see at this place, shall we? If you do come here to look, I'm here on February, what's the date today? 9. I'm here on February 9, 2022. And although it's not very cold today, considering it's February, and also considering that they threw salt on the parking lot, note that it's icy. And although I'm wearing slip-resistant shoes, I have slipped a couple of times. So just want to be mindful of that. Now, there is, just double check something real quick. Pardon me, as you hear crinkling paper. Yeah, so built in 1877, and the address, yeah, it's not, well, you can see up here, 1887, right there. The address, though, is 1400 something. So, interesting that's 1877 on the paper here, but it's apparently 1880. I mean, there's this date here. Maybe this is a date of when they did this kind of treatment. Who knows? I don't know. And I would say that is metal. I'm guessing when this information came out that it was still a slate roof. Slate roofs, with care, will last easily 100 years, perhaps more. But they have replaced it with a metal roof. And I think you get 50, 60 years of a metal roof. And again, with care, probably more. So the buttresses for a Gothic revival, buttresses are these pieces right here. They're sticking out. Those are small, real buttresses. For an actual Gothic building would be much larger. But we can see this is a Gothic revival style. They don't need huge ones. And let's continue to walk around the building. Well, these windows open. At least the ones, the storm windows do. Well, I don't think the stained glass windows open. And as I zoom in, you can see the stained glass and the storm window right there. Storm window definitely opens, but I don't think the stained glass opens. But certainly correct me if I'm wrong. And here's another angle of the buttresses I was just talking about. It's really nice that these horizontal lines on the roof break the snow up so that it doesn't hit, doesn't come off in huge sheets. It breaks it up so it falls like this. Let's see what's around farther to the side. Maybe we can even get to the back of the building, but I'm not holding out much hope. We can see how much has been plowed up here and what has dropped from the roof as well. Ooh, maybe we can get around to the back. And we can see the pitch, right, of the roof, how steep that is. I think you can see that. That steeple just keeps going. Wonder how high that is. Parking spaces have been cleared, in case you are curious about that. And there's a playground over here. Keep the kids busy while the parents are in church. Or maybe it's for after church. I don't know, I don't attend church. But I remember Sunday school as a kid, though. There was no playing outside. There was learning about whatever those stories were now. And this roof is also very pitched. Even from down here, I think you can tell that. And the upper roof there, too. Beautiful stonework for the base along here. Don't you think, the stonework here? Beautiful. Beautiful stonework. Alrighty. And I cannot, well, I could, but I am not going to try to get back there. I've done a variety of foolish things over the years, and this is not going to be one of them. But it's a nice playground. Bet you the kids enjoy themselves back here. Alright, let's go back out front and show you the sign. I think I did that, but, well, I don't think I actually said anything about the sign. We can see the old fencing here. Maybe it's not that old. Looks old, though. I mean, some of it has been repaired with tree branches. Let's see. Can I... It's kind of hard to show that, but that round thing right there, that is a tree branch. An economical fix. You can see these bottom windows are completely covered by snow. Wow, I mean, just completely covered. Woo-hoo. Insane. It is quintessential Vermont here, though. I have to say. It's beautiful up here. Love the arch detail again, right here and there, and even up there. Beautiful. Wish more buildings today were built with such gorgeous detail. Well, I'm betting that is wood right there because it looks like paint is bubbling. You see that right about there? And let's look at this right here, too. That row of brick, well, actually it's 3 rows of brick right there. Isn't that a lovely touch? It's a beautiful detail. I'm hoping my camera does it justice, but we'll see. I'm looking at this right here. Let me zoom in on that. Looks like there's some issues right in here. So you don't want issues like that to get a foothold, letting in water to the building. Water kills buildings, ruins them. Water is a very destructive force in nature. I'd love to be able to go inside and take a look, see, but I have to date not really had an opportunity to go into too many buildings. Look at that though. On either side, right here and there. Beautiful, beautiful details. Wow. And as for that sign I was just talking about, it's right here. The Georgia Plain Baptist Church. Knowing Christ and making Christ known. And note how the sign mimics the Gothic revival style of the building. And across the street, a cemetery. Imagine that. Snow is much too deep to visit any cemeteries now. Have to wait until the sun, the sun melts more of the snow. So to make sure it's safe to enter. Not just for my safety, but the safety of the headstones too. All right, well, if you've been enjoying my content, I would ask you that you subscribe to my channel. I upload still every day of the week, and I enjoy it. Hope you do too. Once you subscribe, you click on the notifications bell, you will be notified every time I upload a brand shiny new video just for you. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. And until I see you tomorrow, you have a great night. Thanks so much for coming along, watching my video. Have a great day.